Sagittarius, welcome one more time to your reading. Thank you so much for coming in and for clicking onto it. If you have been here before, welcome back one more time. If it is your first time, get ready to do a different kind of tarot reading, because this is where you are going to kind of participate in this reading. If you have been here, you know what I do. So I'm going to add a couple of decks on my table, and I'm going to use a pendulum to allow your spiritual team to choose 3 decks. But in this reading, during the choosing process of it, you are also going to be choosing 3 different decks, and you are going to see how many of the decks that you choose are coinciding with what your spirit guides are choosing. And if you've been here in my readings before, maybe you are one of those many people who are getting 3 out of 3 almost every single time. It's becoming like a game that we're playing, isn't it, Saggy? But it's actually really nice. I really do something like this on my own, especially the breathing part that I take you guys through, like a couple of deep breaths. I do that every single time before I come into the reading, but I have another technique that I use. But it's very important to connect to your spiritual team before you actually watch a tarot reading, so that you can get the messages you are meant to be receiving clearly. So let's get into that selection part of the reading. And remember, Saggy, if you don't want to go into the selection part, you're like, I just want to go straight to the messages, Deborah, that is okay as well. Go into the timestamps below and you'll see when the main part of the reading begins. What else as well? Thank you so much for all your emails, all the super thanks that I see from you guys. Thank you so much. It's absolutely amazing and wonderful. I have literally got a new tarot deck or oracle deck booked by the same lady who made this amazing deck, and I'll having that coming on the end of this month, which is my country. Yeah, things take time. Okay, and what else as well? For those of you who have donated into my PayPal account, I see all of you. Thank you so much. I see all your emails as well. I just cannot answer all of them because I do get dozens and dozens every single day, but I do read as many as possible. Otherwise, let's get into that selection part of the reading for you, Saggy. Sagittarius, welcome one more time into the selection part of the reading. You're always going to be like, I don't know, you're the reigning champions of the extra readings that I do. So congratulations, Sagittarius, one more time. Somebody commented below and said I'm a Sagittarius whisperer, and I'm like, I must be. Okay, so we have got different decks on the table. If you have been here before and you know how this is going to go, you can even jump a little bit ahead in the reading. You can join me in the little breathing that we do, the connection to the spiritual team. But if it's your first time, let me just take a minute to explain to you what's going to happen. So we got all these decks on the table. I want you to choose 3 of the decks, okay? And then I'm going to use my pendulum. After we've gone through a little breathing, you could, if you want to go into that, you can. If you don't want, you can even skip over it. And we're going to allow your spiritual team to choose 3 decks as well. And we're going to see how many of the decks you are getting right with your spiritual team. Many people are getting 3 out of 3. And every week it may not be the same. Every reading, it may not be the same. It can be different. But it's a way of really connecting to your spiritual team. So it's really important to do these kinds of exercises. So our decks today is the Fairy Oracle, Moonology, Spirit Animal, Angels of Abundance, okay, and we've got Starseed Oracle, the Angel Tarot deck, and Sufi Messages. So before we get started, if you already know what you want, go right ahead and choose, jump ahead in the video. If you would like to join me to just start that little breathing that we do, it is really important just to do the breathing. I do it as well before I come into the readings to connect to spiritual team. So let's go into 3 deep breaths. The first deep breath in. Hold your breath at the top of your breath. And release. Clear out all the old stale energy. Second deep breath in. At the top of your breath, I'm now asking you to imagine a very bright white light at the top of your head. This is your energy. This is you. It is connecting you to all that is. Release your breath. Third deep breath in. And now I please calling your spiritual teams to please come into this reading and guide Sagittarius. Make the connection to whomever is watching out there. Thank you so much, spirit guides. Release the breath. And you are ready. Choose the decks you want to choose. If you are not sure, you can pause the video for a moment and come when you're ready. I'm going to ask your spiritual team to please show us the first deck that needs to be revealed to us today for Saggy. Let's have a look and see what's going on with you, Sagittarius. So let's see. I'm actually really, really curious to see where we are going. You know what? I knew I knew it's going to be the angels of abundance because I know what's going on with Sagittarius this year. I know the energy flow with regards to Sagittarius. So let's see, with regards to the second deck, what do we need to see, Spirit Guides? And remember, as always, my readings are timeless. Whenever you receive it, you are meant to get it. Time is only a human construct and not actually a universal one. Okay, so let's go in here and have a look and see the second deck for Sagittarius. What do we have? We have got Angel Tarot. Okay, and the last deck now for Sagittarius. What is going on with Sagittarius at this moment? Let's see. And remember, Saggy, the video that gets the most views, usually every 4 or 5 days, I will go back and look in my playlist and I'll be like, who got the most views? And I do an extra reading for you just to say thank you. So honestly, I think it'll be you again, to be honest. So let's go in here. The last deck for Sagittarius. What do we have? We have got Moonology, one of the favorites of this batch of readings that I'm doing. So let's get into your reading, Saggy, and find out what is it that you need to be hearing at this moment in time. So Sagittarius, your decks have been chosen. We've done with our pendulum for now. I'm so curious because this is an interesting combination of decks, because I've got the Angels of Abundance, and I actually had a vibe you guys will get this deck. It kind of looks like the same color as my top. Anyway, I'm just saying. And then we've got Angel Tarot that came in for you, and we've got Moonology. So this is an interesting combination, wouldn't you say? So I'm really curious to see what the message will be for you today. And by the way, how are you guys feeling? Even though this is a timeless reading, at the time that I'm doing it, for those of you who are watching at the time that I am recording this, it will be just after Mercury retrograde. Comment below, how did your Mercury retrograde go? How many of you heard back from an ex during Mercury retrograde? I gotta know. To tell you the truth, I did hear from somebody I did not want to hear from. So yeah, block. You know what I mean? Let's have a look and see what's going on with you here. Power of prayer. It's about abundance. I'm going to put it aside because of the ring light. Power of prayer. This is very important. Give the situation to God for uplifting and healing. And be open to miracles. Oh, Saggy. The universe's unlimited resources and love and answers are awaiting your prayers. Be sure to act upon the divine guidance God gives you to respond to these prayers. In response to your prayers. So I feel like there's a miracle coming in for you here. There is definitely something that you are trying to solve. There's a problem that you're trying to solve. You may be praying about this, and praying, it's a form of affirmations as well. Praying, I think it's the original way people were putting affirmations out there. Just be very careful how you are praying. Pray from a place of gratitude and not from a place of need. Because if you're going into a situation where you're praying and you say angel, spirit guides, God, universe, whatever, whatever you're going to call it, and you're kind of going to be saying, God, universe, I need your help. Please help me. I don't have enough money. I don't know what I'm going to do. I've got problems. I don't know how to solve it. I'm very worried. I'm so stressed, and you're crying and you're upset. Be careful, because you are literally recreating exactly what you do not want to be seeing. That's why you have to pray from a place of gratitude. You have to pray with faith, basically, meaning that you need to pray saying, thank you for solving these problems. I know that you got my back. I know you're there for me. I know that everything is unfolding in divine, perfect order, even though I may not see it, but I trust the divine. I trust what you are doing, and I trust you with my life and existence. And I know that everything is going to unfold in my favor. Oh my God, you got to get that, guys. I'm really thinking of making, I would like, seriously, somebody was commenting and I was like, yeah, I think I must make like some coffee cups, literally, with the justice on there, and literally say everything is always unfolding in my favor. And you put it down on your office desk every day, and you drink that coffee cup and you look at that and go, justice is always on my side, and everything is always unfolding in my favor. Every time you make a cup of tea or cup of coffee, literally, boom, you know what I mean? It will be there for you, and you can memorize it in your mind. If you do that, if you pray from that point of view, you're going to see amazing results. Never pray from a place of desperation and need, because what you don't get what you pray for. You're getting what you are. So if you're crying in your prayer and you're desperate and you're drowning and you're feeling like you're overwhelmed and this life is just not doing things okay to you, you will then get more of that. It's a cycle. So you need to send out gratitude. Thanks, thank you. Sometimes I also like to say, show me how wonderful it's going to get. Show me how amazing life can get for me. Show me the miracle. Surprise me with good stuff. You know, be open to that energy and let the divine, God, the universe show you. You have to surrender. We truly have to surrender. So let's see what else will come through for you. Got a new beginning, Saggy. Oh, thank God. I love it so much. It's been a bit, I feel like Mercury retrograde this year was like, what? You know what I mean? But it wasn't bad in the beginning. I think the last week for me, everything was like, okay, something in my mouth, but anyway, I feel like this Mercury retrograde, it's so perfect to see the Fool card coming in right after that. But remember, whenever you do get this reading, it is meant for you to receive it at that time. So you've got the Fool card coming in, a new beginning, a new start, a moment. I heard Spirit Guide say something. If I don't say what they're saying to me immediately, I can completely go blank and forget what they said. A moment you will never forget. This is a moment you will never forget. Oh, I know those moments. I love those moments. This is the beginning, the first major arcana. So we got a leap of faith. Follow your dreams. An unexpected opportunity. Yes. An unexpected opportunity is going to bring about a moment you will never forget in your life. You're looking at a major turning point here for yourself. I'm actually getting a little bit of goosebumps, and I've literally got a heater next to me. Don't tell my government, because we're not supposed to be using a heater, but we're just putting it on for a few minutes, okay? We don't have power to power heaters, okay? So yeah, so let's see what's going on here. Oh, Saggy, this is the best reading I've had for you in so long. It's just all falling into place, Sagittarius. It's falling into place. Don't worry. You are very close to achieving your goals. You are very close to achieving your goals. You are so close. You know, like I've told you guys before, if you've been in any one of my other readings, you know. Wow. Before you get there, before you see it happen, you've got to prepare yourself for this. You've got to prepare yourself on an emotional level. You've got to know before the major breakthrough takes place, it is going to get real tough. It is going to get real tough. It's like only the toughest people can get where they need to be going. And I sometimes feel like Sagittarius, you can do it, because there are times I know with Sagittarius, I know it can get to you. Life can get to you. What's happening around you can get to you. And then you will pray in tears. You know what I mean? You will have the breakdown moments. You're going to go down your rabbit hole and be like, I'm in the rabbit hole now, Deborah. I'm Alice in Wonderland. You know what I mean? I've gone down there and I'm wallowing in self-pity and I'm crying and I hate the world and everything else. But the thing is, excuse me, with your energy, Sagittarius, you can do that today, and by the end of the day you're out of it. And or even the next morning you wake up and you're just like, let me get up and go do my thing, and then all of a sudden you get the energy back and you're like, no, it's going to be okay, it's going to be fine, everything's going to be fine, it's going to be okay, and you feel differently again. And you guys are really the only zodiac sign that I've seen that can do that. And because of that shift that you put yourself in, you are going to have a major breakthrough. It also makes you go on and on and on and on, even when other people would have given up. So it's that positive energy that you carry that takes you very far. And don't forget that. And if you have to go down the rabbit hole and you have to be like, I'm crying my eyes out tonight, Deborah, give yourself permission to do so. Give yourself permission to revisit whatever it is that's hurting you. But when you've done so, or when it's happening, realize what is happening. Know that in that moment when you feel like, oh my God, sometimes I still get like that. It's not often, even though sometimes it does, will get to me. Sometimes life will just be like, oh God. And then I'm like, and I go down the rabbit hole a little bit, visit there with the rabbit, and then I'm sitting there. But you know what's so strange about it? When it happens now, I know it's happening. So I will be like, oh, here we go. Oh, I'm going there. I'll just go there today, sit there and be sad and, eat chocolate and be fat. You know what I mean? Just sit there and be like, oh, you know what I mean? And then I know at that moment, I'm like, okay, it's fine. Go there. You want to go there, go there. Get it out of your system. That's how I take it as being, not like this is my life. I'm like, oh, something needs to be released. Go into it, swim through it. You're releasing it and let it go. And when it's in that process of being, I even know it's happening and I let it go. And the next day I'm like, let's go. Life is going on. And usually, we got that energy of being positive. Usually when that takes place, totally moves energy around, totally allows things in life to fall into place. Never fight your own emotion. Absolutely never. Wow. Okay, so you just got Pentacles coming in here as usual. 7 of fire. Oh, Saggy. 7 of water. Interesting. So with regards to the power of prayer, I'm going to mention a couple of things with regards to what you could be worried about or what you could be even praying about, okay? It's definitely about how you are feeling in this world, because you're looking at the Queen of Pentacles, very, very opposite of what Sagittarius is. Being a fire sign, this is earth energy, but you're looking at the structure, the stability, and the financial flow, the long-term vision of where you're going to be. And I feel as if it can be worrying you. You may be thinking, what if I cannot handle what needs to be handled? Because you've got a Queen of Pentacles with a 4 of Pentacles. Once again, this is about finances, career, goals, dreams, responsibilities, the home, all the things that I need to do. The Queen of Pentacles is extremely responsible. You know how I feel for everybody that's coming to this reading? I feel like you're all the grown-up Sagittarius, because Sagittarius as well, sometimes Sagittarius can play around a little bit with life. And when you're younger, especially, kind of like some Sagittarius never grow up, I'm just saying. But then a lot of Sagittarius people can kind of like be like, oh, okay, you know what I mean? But there comes a moment, all of a sudden, get that change of focus and you're like, okay, whoa. And when that takes place, I feel like you really start to look at stability and you start to look at all the things with regards to what makes life to be safe. It's really common knowledge that Sagittarius also doesn't like to be like it got commitment issues. So you can sometimes run away from commitment. But I don't know if a lot of people know that when Sagittarius actually does settle down and get married and fall in love and have a family, 125, 150% devoted to that person, and you will stay in a long-term relationship. It happens so instantaneously. It's like you become the Queen of Pentacles immediately. So when something is worth it for you, you will devote yourself fully to that. So you guys are like a catch that's worth catching, you know what I mean? So God, there's so beautiful energy. The 2 sevens have come in. We could be looking at the 7th month or 7 weeks from now. First of all, we are starting with the 7 of fire, 7 of wands. Things could be a little bit tough for you right now. It is going to be okay. All right, because 7 of fire, one of the first cards that my spirit guides ever taught me about. And the first thing they said to me every time when I was working with 7 of wands energy, they would say, everything's going to be okay. And I would just repeat it in my readings, everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. So I'm saying it again to you, Saggy, everything's going to be okay. No matter what the current prayers are about, whatever it is that you are praying about, it's going to be okay. As long as you do one thing, as long as you do the things you're meant to be doing, as long as you keep your focus straight about you don't lose your head, you don't go crazy, you know what I mean? You don't go buy a boat or a smart car with all your pension money and do stuff like that. Okay, think clearly, make the right decisions, shine your light, okay? You're going to be fine. And I feel as if you are doing that because you have the Queen of Pentacles above it. I feel like you're doing all the right things, Sagittarius. I do see you being a little bit overwhelmed in this current energy right now. it happens. It also gets, before a full card comes in, you're dealing with a new cycle coming in. I know you've got this year. I can feel it. It's just, you guys got to be patient. If you check all the other readings, you're going to have to be a little bit patient. It's going to come in for each one of you like at a different time during this year. And it might feel like it's not going to happen. Okay, it's going to feel like, yeah, Deborah, I've got so much on my plate here. I've got all these problems. I've got all these things I'm trying to deal with. It's overwhelming. I feel like I'm burning out. I feel like I can't go on. I don't know how I'm going to cope with everything. You are going to cope with everything. You're going to handle everything. If you've got too many bills to pay and you're like, okay, I don't know how I'm going to handle this, let me tell you something. You're going to pay every one of those bills and you're going to handle it one by one by one, and you're going to come out of it. And moving forward here, always the 7 of Cups means literally to make new choices, make new decisions as you are moving forward. So I feel like you're really looking at, once again, Saggy, your happiness, but also happiness with regards to yourself being stable. It's like you're not just having fun anymore. Fun is now more about feeling like your life is in a good place, like you feel safe in the world that you're in. So I really see you, actually, I heard Spirit Guide saying there's some really long-term plans that you're going to be working on here. Long-term plans. I mean, I'm talking about 10-year plans here. You, Sagittarius? Are you Virgo? What happened? You're now Virgo? Because Virgo has like a 10-year plan and a 5-year plan and a 2.5-year plan and 15-year plan. That's not Saggy. But no, I see Saggy making some plans. I see you writing down some goals and dreams here, maybe in a notebook or having this on your phone. I would advise you, don't do it on an app or on your phone. Get a paper, a book, and write down the date and write it down. And don't write it down like, I want to have, I need this, I'm going to, you just write goals and you write down the car, house, 100,000 rand, whatever, rand, really, dollars, I don't know, when, in this space of time or whatever. I don't know how, like, it's good or bad anyway. Rands and dollars are highly different, okay? So you're going to write down all the goals that you want to be able to achieve. Just write them down. Don't say, I need to have this and I want to, just say it this factually and put it in your handwriting, close the book, okay? And it's very important to do that. It is very important to do that. If you write it in your own handwriting, it's almost like a form of a manifestation technique, okay? So let's see the new beginning. Well, hello, Saggy. We've got Taurus coming up into your reading, okay? Hierophant. We have got the 7 of air. Oh, God. The Taurus means to level up. Leveling up spiritually, leveling up understanding-wise, leveling up in energy, leveling up your life in some kind of way because of the difficulties and the hardships that you have faced. There is absolutely something happening in about 7 weeks from now. There is something coming. We've got 3 7s in your reading. There is something that is going on in your life, in your world, in 7 weeks from now, or in the 7th month. Pay close attention, okay? I know for me, my daughter's birthday is in July, on the 4th of July, on Independence Day. In America, we don't celebrate Independence Day, but I was always like, yeah, my daughter's got Independence Day. So the 7 of air is what has leveled you up, meaning the difficulties, the problems, everything you're dealing with, how overwhelmed you feel, what you have to do on a daily basis just to get through the day. It hasn't been there to break you. The negative cycle has been there to bring you to the place that you want to be. It's almost as if it's been molding you. I remember when I was a kid, I think I went to school one day and one of the teachers was speaking about something from the Bible, literally, and we don't really talk about stuff from the Bible that much when I was younger in the school system because it wasn't really allowed. But I remember them saying, like, God will take you as a piece of clay. I don't know anything about the Bible. I don't know why we're talking about it. I guess it's because we're here, you know what I mean? And it's just started there. And they were like, God will mold you as a piece of clay and they have to squeeze you and poke you and to turn you into this beautiful flower pot, you have to be bent and broken to get there. And it's not an easy process, it's a hard one. So I feel like this is really exactly what these 2 cards are about. To become the work of art, you have to be crushed and bent and, you know, torn apart and put back together and molded to become what you need to become. But at the end of the day, it's there to create you to become the Hierophant. So all you've been through is preparing you for whatever this is to you. Okay. Oh, Sagittarius, you got the Sun card. This cannot be happening in all of these readings. How, Sagittarius, are we getting readings since the beginning of this year that's talking about you and money? Because I don't know anymore. But you got the Sun card with the 10 of Pentacles again. Whoever you are that you're coming into my readings, you're a selected group of people here. Really you are. This is you experiencing some kind of quick growth here. Surprisingly, it's like, it's like, you know, for some reason I'm picturing like a plant, okay? Even though, maybe it's because I've got my plant next to me. This was given to me for Mother's Day from my children. They know I love plants, my 2 younger daughters. So how cute is that? So with regards to this, if they're showing me like a plant and they're going, I'm also remembering my daughter now, I gave her a lily as well, a red lily. And she was just telling me like maybe 30 minutes ago, my oldest daughter, she was like, Mommy, this lily has not been blooming and I don't know why. It's been 2 years now. And then all of a sudden, it just started blooming one red lily after another red lily. And I don't know how and why this is happening, you know. And she's truly got a green thumb, hey. And I feel like that's what's going to happen with you. I feel like it's like there's been nothing. It's been a drought, you know. There's been nothing that's been going on. And all of a sudden there you're going to experience like this Fool card, a change coming in. And then there's this, like, it's been like this. It's been nothing happening. And then there's going to be this massive growth spurt that just takes you up. And you're going for, and I feel like this growth is taking you to the 10 of Pentacles. I mean, 10 of Pentacles, holy moly. You know, Saggy, I don't even know what to say. 10 of Pentacles, that's money. That is money. That is so, it means so many different things, because it can mean you buying a home. It can mean you running a business where you got the flow. Okay, the flow is coming towards you. My favorite saying that I say to myself like 1,000 times a day, whenever I see anything that's got to do with money, I'm just like, money flows to me like a never-ending waterfall. It's my mantra, literally. Money flows to me like a never-ending waterfall. You know, it just comes, like, you know, and it always seems to flow for me. So I feel like you got that coming for you. You know, you got that coming in for you. You got this real change, because this is talking about growth in all areas of your life that leads to that kind of stability that you want to see. And you're so close to achieving this goal. You're reading. Oh, my lordy. You got to know you're so close, hey? You've got to know you're so close. And it's so interesting. Do you know, in this deck, Temperance is actually called patience. You know, and I just pictured it now. I was like, wow, Temperance is called patience in your deck and your card. And I feel like, because it's Sagittarius, I feel like patience. It's going to happen at different times for everybody. So I feel like it's coming in for you. I saw that page of water at the bottom of the deck. Here it is. There it is. A new way of being. I feel like this one as well. The Four of Water coming in as well. Emotional stuff coming in here. Needing to trust like a child, hey? You need to trust like a child. I see a little child in the page of water here. Oh, the Hermit card. We do have Virgo rocking up in your reading. And the Messenger of Fire. This is more got to do with your emotions here. Yes, financially, life is moving for you. There's new beginnings for you. But at the end of this reading, it's quite interesting. I feel this got to do with more your emotional well-being in some kind of way. I feel like for some of you guys out there with this energy coming up here, there's almost this feeling of maybe that's why we started out with the power of prayer. It's a feeling of giving up, or like this is just becoming too much. I don't know if I can go on. I don't know how I'm managing actually every day to get up and do what I'm doing and keep going. So I feel like you're feeling really getting frustrated. This is how it's going to be right before it happens. Please remember this. Please remember, before that Fool card comes in and it gets to be here, it's going to get really weird, okay? It is going to get really weird. And in fact, when you see yourself going, I don't know how much further I can go, it's just been too much now. You know what when you say it's just too much now, you must know you are going to be pushed further than that. Yeah. So when you get to that point where you just sit down and you go, wow, this is just too much now. The Four of Cups, I can't do this anymore. I'm done. Guess what? You're not done. Nah. The universe is teaching you something. God is teaching you something. They're teaching you when you think you cannot go further, guess what? You're stronger than what you thought, and you are going further. And that is why the molding, the pain, the suffering, what you go through, what you have to face every single day, the things you have to end up doing is what creates the Hierophant. And I've experienced this. You know, I've had this thing where when I just go, okay, no, whoa, this is just too much. What's going on now? There has been times in my life as well when so many things were just like all over me, and I was just like, really? You know? But going through is one thing I've learned about. I think before, when I was younger and I was still playing around, you know, not being serious about life, I would always say, oh, I'll avoid problems as much as possible. You know, I'll do a little detour around the other side. In South Africa, we call it shot left. You know what I mean? We'll go shot left. You know what I mean? Everybody else is going there and we're going that way. We always do that. We're kind of weird like that. We always do things in our own unique, strange way. But one way or the other, we always seem to be okay anyway. And I feel like Sagittarius can be like that. You go a little bit, go in your own way. But even then, at this moment in time, I've learned kind of like not to do that. I've gotten to be the Queen of Pentacles now. So this is the point where I kind of go, oh, problem? Okay, what do I do about it? Straight through it. And let me tell you something, you become extremely strong when you do that. And you solve problems and you put them behind you. You go through it like a knife through butter. Okay, a hot knife through butter. I see you. A little bit of isolation coming in. Yeah, it's your pause, by the way. Oh yeah, the Hermit card. Hermit is, for me, another word that Spirit Guides used to always say to me every time I picked up the Hermit card was pause. And I used to be like, pause. And they always go, yes, it's always quiet before it gets busy. It's always quiet before the movement begins. And it's always quiet before the new beginning. And in this quietness, it can be very isolating. It can be like in this moment where you kind of give up. And you kind of go, oh God, I feel like giving up. And you also can feel very isolated from the world around you, because you get very worried about your place in this world. And you kind of at this moment may feel as if you don't belong here, if you don't fit in here, if you feel as if the world is against you. Yeah, the Hermit card. It's a moment of that. You're going down the rabbit hole right over there. Hermit card, go down the rabbit hole. But it's also the moment where you've gone down the rabbit hole and you're in the bottom pit of it all, and you look into yourself and go, let me climb back out the rabbit hole. Let me climb back out the rabbit hole. Let me keep on going one more day. And it is this process of you being kind of like worried about what's still coming in the future, not really being sure, sometimes feeling a bit isolated because of life's problems. It does happen. And there's a moment here, because you have a page and a knight, okay, where you're going to have this energy come in. There's a moment coming, Sagittarius. This is the moment I feel like you will not forget, okay? Reborn energy, where you got this feeling inside of you that's very different. With the Page of Cups, we are talking about emotion, where we have gone through this kind of like emotional place where you have to make decisions here, where you kind of like maybe feeling overwhelmed, or you're feeling like everything's working against you, especially with the Seven of Swords as well. You are actually going to be feeling very different. And I feel like it's got to do with that accelerated growth that you're going to experience. I feel like that's when this new feeling gets born inside of you. It's like, I just feel so different now than what I ever felt before. And you're going to be moving into action here. So you And I don't see you rushing anything. So I see you chilled, Saggy. I don't see you rushing into anything. I don't see you frantic running around at all. I see you steadily just moving steadily forward in your own pace, feeling comfortable. Nothing like what I'm picking up here. Nothing like this kind of energy. All these sevens that we're picking up here, no, that's gone. And I think that is why you have the Page of Cups coming in here. You got beautiful, I feel like there's this accelerated growth. And then it kind of like stabilizes out, and you know what you're doing at this point, and you just keep doing it, and it keeps going up slowly but surely. It's almost like you're going boom, and then you're going up. And I think that's more even at your pace, because the accelerated growth can be also a lot, you know. So this is really at your pace. This is you making very long-term plans. I can pick it up again with regards to what you're going to be doing in life. You got there's something new coming in for you here with regards to you and what you want to be doing. I feel like you're going to have a new idea, okay, coming in. It will be shown to you a little bit later. Saggy, there's something new you're going to be doing as well. It is also going to help to improve your finances, because you've got a pentacle here. We've got pentacles here, but we've also got the fire there. I feel like you're going to be, with the Knight of Wands coming in here, getting a new inspired idea. You're creating something new. I don't know if it's something that you want to start doing yourself, and you go, I'm going to do this. Or there could be a new direction that you're taking, or even something else that you want to do that you're going to add on. You don't know as of yet what this is. It's going to come in when you have this change of energy inside of you. You'll just know. You'll just be like, I think I'm going to do this. I think I want to try this out. And I really feel like you're moving steadily towards that. A lot of ideas coming in quickly as well. And I think what spurs those ideas to come and get born inside of you, I think also, sadly, you love to be creative as well. Love to be creative. And I think you're getting the opportunity to be so. What's spurring that creativity is the fact that you have got money to back it. It's not just like I've got an idea, but I can't do anything about it because I can't get the stuff that I need to create the idea. In other words, you're saying to yourself, hey, let me start a tarot reading channel on YouTube, and you need to go off and start to buy tarot decks. One of these tarot decks, I don't know how much this is in dollars, but in rands, this can be like 600 rand for one deck. So yeah, that's a lot of money. Hey, that's a lot of money. Maybe $50, something like that. $40, something like that. They're quite expensive. Some of them are $35, because I know I check on Amazon, and that's a lot of money to try to put away to get things. So it's almost like you got all these ideas, but you don't have the financial backing to get there. One of these ideas that you got is going to pay off, and then it's going to lead you to this like thoughts. So she's got all those candles burning around her head there, and I'm telling you now, it is because of the ability now that you have to be able to do these things. And that's when you're going to start to really learn new freedom. I even pick up this new feeling of creativity coming back inside of you, like you might want to do something that's very creative as well, and the possibility that even might make you money too. Whatever's calling your soul and your heart, you must always go for it. That is literally the signpost saying go that way. But there we go, Sagittarius. Absolutely, as usual, love your reading. I do not even doubt, to be honest with you, Saggy, that you guys will be once again winning the bonus reading. It is what it is, Saggy. I mean, what must we say? You know what I mean? But we will see. So remember to like, share, and even thank you for your subscribe as well, if you have subscribed. Also share with somebody who has got Sagittarius rising, moon, and Venus as well, and sun sign, obviously, so that you guys can one more time win that bonus. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I am going to send my absolute love to you guys, and I will see you, I'm sure, in a few days. Sending my love. Bye.